It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop, whoop.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing real good.
It's a little foggy coming in. Did you get some fog?
It was just on the windshield and the windows and the mirrors,
Yeah,
how
you
it would fog up the glass.
And I had to keep turning the wipers on.
Yep. And then as I was coming down the hill, I got probably past the car wash, not the one that you have others do, but the one you do yourself, and it just stopped. It's like I think it got warmer. Is it when it's cool out in certain areas that it'll fog it up?
Let's not get into the mathematical reasons why this is happening.
I'm pretty sure
we're gonna fail this.
Yeah, probably
miserably.
I would say there's like the inside of the vehicle's warm, the outside of it's cool, and it's hitting that, creating. Yeah, we don't know.
I see what you're saying, but hot air holds 3 times the moisture that cool air can hold.
So it's cool in the truck and warm outside.
And
Okay.
hot air always travels towards cold air.
Roger copy. Be careful.
I do know that.
Windshield frogs up. You got to put on them windshield wipers. But yeah, I had to have them on almost the whole way. And then it changed, and you could just see it just go crystal clear on the windshield. And I was like, wow.
I'll be darned.
When I was almost here.
Imagine that on daylight. It's like when you're in the bathroom, you got a steamy hot shower. You come out, and the moisture's dumped on the mirror that's cooler.
There you go.
Yep.
We did figure it out. Well, he figured it out.
Well, I only knew this because when I used to have a spray foam insulation company.
Okay.
Years ago. And we did spray foam insulating, and you had to learn how moisture travels and air travels to be able to learn how to pass the test to buy the chemicals, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, you had to learn, why they wrap houses a certain way with moisture barrier.
Yeah.
Where they're benefited or not. So yeah, you learned that hot air holds 3 times the amount of moisture cold air can hold, and it's got to dump it somewhere. It's going to dump it on somewhere cool. It's also how the rain, when you get rain, hot air hits the cool air, dumps the water.
Yeah.
Rains on you.
But I guess we got the rain yesterday.
Yes, we did.
It didn't hit as hard out there at the lot.
I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
And I was helping a friend. We were taking off a bolt on a mower, and all of a sudden it hit. And I mean, you were instantly soaked.
Yeah. He had said he was under a carport. I'll be fine.
I was wrong.
Famous last words.
I was wrong.
Soaked.
I got wet.
Yeah. I didn't expect it. I don't think I was in my office working away, staring at the computer, but I would have noticed if it was as hard as you and Carla had said, that it was just.
Oh, it was.
You could barely see. The wind is whipping.
Yep.
Yeah.
I stopped I got into town after, and it's still going. And I went into town. I was at one of the stores getting a part for it, and they're like, "You may want to wait here. You're gonna get soaked." I mean, it was just coming down so hard.
Isn't that funny how the distance? It's probably 3 miles outside of town.
Yeah.
And I've been through it where you're driving down the highway and you can see it in front of you, the wall of rain, and it's perfectly beautiful outside, and then you roll into it and it's just pouring. So that's what I had to have been what it's like. It probably started a little bit over us because I remember it, raining but not like pouring.
I remember when we grew up in Oklahoma, and we used to get rain showers that were like that. It was always seemed to come in a wall.
Yeah.
And we used to, as kids, run out there and you jump in the rain, jump out of the rain because it's moving kind of slow.
Yeah.
Or it'd be over your house and you go out the front door and it's raining. Run around, you go out the back door. Hey, it's dry. Right. Go out the front door, it's raining.
And that's something.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, it looks like there's a possibility. We'll show it here later when we go to the weather.
And I didn't think I didn't even know there was a chance of rain yesterday. That's it just came out of the blue.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pay attention to what you got to say today.
Well, we'll take a look at it here in about 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes. I guess it feels like 10 minutes.
The way you talk.
About 5 minutes. Let's start the show.
All right.
Welcome to the morning show. The morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. Since 1979, they believe that every individual is unique, special, and worthy of quality end-of-life care. Hospice matters. The end of life deserves as much beauty, care, and respect as the beginning. Still a non-for-profit 501c3, there has never been a charge to a patient or their families for hospice care, and this commitment remains a part of their mission. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, I want you to watch over everybody at these colleges that are protesting. You know, I think they feel like they're doing right, but just watch over them. Don't let them get hurt for something they shouldn't be doing, but they are. Watch over these first responders, the police that are going in and having to stop them from damaging things and causing problems. But just watch over everybody. Let them come together more as people than, you know, the division that is happening. And as always, watch over all our children and our first responders and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedoms. And this I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. Give them a call at 870-508-1771. Ask them about respite care, because if you're taking care of a loved one and it can be a lot, you can take a break. It's okay to do that, as Scooter always says.
You got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others.
That's exactly right, and that's okay. Don't think that you have to do everything.
It is. I mean, you got to take a break every now and then, let your batteries recharge. That way you got some energy to give to the other person.
Exactly. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a short break and hear from our sponsor, Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team.
Hi, I'm Bob Zadora of the Z-Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z-Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Realtors you'd recommend to a friend. Been doing it a long time. They know exactly what they're doing. 20 plus years. Many awards for their commitment to excellence and customer service. They have a lot of people that have done one of those questionnaires that they'll get emailed after the sale, and they'll send it in saying they did a great job. Not yet.
I'm trying to help you to remind you to update your
I was in a roll, man.
radar. I didn't mean to. I was just pointing. You didn't have to stop. I'm just like,
I had to. It was too soon.
It was too soon.
It was too soon.
Go ahead.
Let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by the Z-Team. Our friends, oh my gosh.
There ain't no seeing the White River.
That is really cool. Look how it's perfectly at the skyline. There's Missouri off in the distance in the middle. To the right is Mountain Home. To the left is Bull Shoals. But that's actually amazing looking.
Look, all right, I want to show you the difference. These are the same shots, but this one is during the clear part of the day.
Yes.
And that's the same shot right now.
That is amazing.
Now.
That is really cool, though.
It is pretty neat.
I think it is. You roll over in the morning, grab your phone. What are you going to do? You look at social media, you look at the news, you check your bank account. Who knows? That's those three that I do. But you can also go to the Z-Team's website and find this camera view, retiredarkansas.net. There's also the other camera that moves around, zooms in and out, but that's probably going to be all frog, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we can go over to it.
Let's just look at it.
Yeah.
Look
you
at
get a little bit of tree.
Hey, and now we're going to zoom in.
Now we're going to go to all fog.
You know, it'd be really cool if it zoomed through the fog and you could see the ground.
Yeah.
That would be impressive.
That would be cool.
It would be something else, right?
I can guarantee you it ain't going to do it.
Look at the birds. It looks like it's
kind of froze up.
It's got like a little froze
there
up.
There it goes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, give the Z-Team a call at 870-405-0793. Professionals in their field, they're not just going to list and leave you. They're going to take care of you start to finish, get you to that closing on time. And, a lot of lenders have different rules and inspections that have to be done, and you want to make sure you have a professional that knows what to do to make sure that gets done, right?
I agree.
Very good. Let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Z-Team. Well, it looks like rain. And Mountain Home at 63, Harrison at 65, Batesville at 65, Yellville at 60, Marshall at 59, Salem at 62, Mountain View at 59, Calico Rock at 63, West Plains, Missouri at 62, Springfield at 67, Poplar Bluff at 62, and St. Louis at 62. And National Weather Radar, what do you think, Scooter? It looks like it breaks up towards the end of the day. I mean, you can see Montana has quite a bit of activity, snow, and looks like some precipitation. Let's move this over just a little bit. Oregon has quite a bit covering most of their state, northern part of California, but look at the north up in Des Moines, Iowa, all the way over to Chicago. It looks like it's going to stretch across the state down to southern Missouri, parts of Kansas and Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas. Let's zoom into our neck of the woods. And let's just watch this there we go. See how it starts to roll in to the northwest part, right there, to the northwest part of Arkansas, but that natural line barrier looks like it's pushing it into Missouri. I don't know. And then this in the south, coming up through Texas and Louisiana. It's here. I wonder if I can get, there we go. Let's get this to 1 o'clock. You see that right there, that little patch that's southwest of us? Is that going to reach us? I don't know. It's not showing us yet.
So what are you saying? Are we going to get wet today or not?
All right. Let's just keep on moving. Here we go. We've got watches and warnings. Well, we're going to go to the 7-day forecast, see what it says.
Okay.
All right. So Louisiana has quite a bit of flood watches across the state. So does Texas. It looks like the southern part of Oklahoma, they've got special weather statements, or let's see, that's a darker lake wind advisory. The browns look identical, but our neck of the woods looks like there might be some flood advisories in parts of the Jonesboro and Pocahontas area. Okay, here we go, Scooter. 7-day forecast. Today, partly sunny, then showers likely at 60%, high of 83. Tonight, we got a 70% chance of thunderstorms, then a 40% chance later on in the evening, low of 60. Friday, we've got a 30% chance of thunderstorms, high of 78. Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 60. Saturday, 30% chance of thunderstorms, moving to 60% chance later on, and high of 80. Saturday night, we got a 20% chance of thunderstorms, low of 60. Sunday, we got a 50% chance of thunderstorms, moving to 70% later on in the day, high of 74. Then Sunday night, 40% chance and a low of 62. Monday, 30% chance of thunderstorms and a high of 81. So we go back over, look at this right here. 60% chance, it looks like, in the afternoon after 1.
So what are you saying?
I'm going to think we're going to get rain.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
You kept saying on the radar you thought it was going to miss us. So.
Well, I mean, there's a chance. Look, it's 60, 70%.
I don't want to hear is it going to rain or not rain?
That's how the weatherman gets away with it.
Yeah, but you're not going to get away with it.
Uh-huh. I'm moving on. Tree pollen today is high. Grass pollen today is moderate. Norfolk Lake water level is at ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. There we go. 556.02. Level is 4.02 feet above full pool. They're shut down from generating, but as of the 27th, a few days ago, they had 10 spillway gates open. That's the only info they give. Bull Shoals Lake water level is at 660.97. Level is 1.97 feet above full pool. And it was saying they're generating 4.
4. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net, where you can find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. They are licensed in Arkansas and Missouri. So
they are.
Find something in Gainesville, Bakersfield, north or south central Missouri,
Yeah, they'll take care of you either way.
Yeah, very good. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with community news, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This part of community news is brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Located at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. You can't miss them. Sea of blue and orange, Kubotas, New Hollands, RTVs.
They got a huge inventory in stock right now.
Every time I drive by, I can't miss them. And you can see back behind it all the implements that they have. The balers, hay season's coming along.
And their whole lot is completely full of either tractors or equipment or whatever you need. Yep. They have it.
Zero turns. If you need parts or service, they've got a huge parts center, big service center. They can take care of what you need. You get a hydraulic line that goes out, go see them. They'll get you fixed up, right, Scooter?
Oh, about anything. I mean, I've got an old Kubota M9000, and they've had all the parts I needed. They've taken care of me.
Is it like as old as you? Ancient?
No, not that old. It's probably 25 years.
Yeah, see, that's tractors for you.
Yeah.
Buddy, they're built to last. But every once in a while, you still need to do something, maybe even just routine maintenance. Take it in to have it checked up, oil change, have it tuned up, you know.
It's a running top tractor.
Very good. Give them a call at 870-425-3434. You can go to ozarksfarmandlawn.com. You can see the promotions they have on their website. But yeah, for any of your tractor needs, but zero turns, go by and see them. 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Like I said, you can't miss them. Let's see that special offers. Yay! And in community news, buddy, this is coming up. The Cotter Trout Festival, it's their 22nd annual festival at the Cotter Big Spring Park, May 4th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Food vendors, arts and craft vendors, exhibits, a kids fishing derby. Buddy, it's going to be a hootin' good time. Starts at 9 a.m., ends at 6:30 p.m. That's when they'll clean up. So if you don't mind hanging out, be a volunteer and help clean it up. It's always good to do. They're going to have some live bands there from starting at 10:45, and during their breaks from the live bands, they'll have DJ Peace sending out the sound. So that'll be cool. But the really cool 2024 Honda TRX 420 four-wheeler that you can
with trailer,
with trailer that you can win. Chance to win. You can get tickets.
Just got to stop by First Security Bank.
That's exactly
get
right.
Your tickets.
$5 for one ticket, $20 for 5 tickets. So it's like getting a ticket for free.
There you go.
Very good. So for vendor space, I think they were filling up pretty quickly, but maybe there's a chance that you can get a spot. Call Linda McCarthy at 870-656-8547 and have a hootin' good time at.
That's a big event.
That's a huge event.
It is
huge. And the Baxter concert series is coming back up. 4 amazing concerts. Hey, look who we got. 4 amazing concerts. Free to the public. The Bynum Project and Blackwater Bayou, June 1st at 7 p.m. Kelsey Hart, July 13th, 7 p.m. Pretty Tied Up, July 20th, 7 p.m. And Tucker Wetmore, August 10th at 7 p.m. These are at Hickory Park, and the Baxter Summer Concert Series is about to begin, and free to the public. You can't beat the free. Free.
Did you save one for him?
He can, the youth football camp.
And don't forget the youth football camp. Yes. It's kindergarten through 8th grade. It's June 17th from 9 to 11:30 a.m. You can dive into the action at the Mallet Family Foundation, which I think was a pretty cool thing that was created. It's sports camps, and that's their little motto is where passion meets purpose. There's lots of great things about football, and it teaches teamwork and discipline and all of those good things. So you can register for free. And if you register, you get attendance for one full session. You get a T-shirt, a snow cone.
Nice.
You can't beat that.
Camp swag, and you get to work with the Mountain Home High School coaches, light snacks and beverage. And there is a QR code, which probably I don't know if you can pull that off or not.
Probably not.
But anyway,
it's worth a shot.
So again, it's a great deal. So you need to get your kids in that.
Definitely. And last but not least, the Mountain Home Public Schools, the boys 5A state track and field are champions. As Noah Shagnon, he had shared this on his Facebook, and he had said after being runner-ups for a few years, they have won. So congratulations to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I know I'm still in Bob's thunder. He'll probably talk about it tomorrow at sports.
But that is cool.
Yeah, that is. Congratulations,
But that's
guys.
Okay for Bob to be lagging behind.
I know, right?
I know.
This just happened. It's 11 hours ago. And that is your community news brought to you by
the Youth Center.
The youth. Oh my gosh, that's.
You almost forgot.
Did you forget the Youth Center?
I did.
Yes, he did.
Well, no, because that's Scooter's part.
Oh. My part?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're all doing community news
The Youth
today.
Center's having their big safety fair.
That's right.
Going on this Saturday.
That's right.
It'll be from 10 to 2. They're having all their little games going, and they'll have all these different exhibits, and usually the fire department's there, and I think the police department does a thing, don't they? Over there at
the police, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know there's coming up very soon is the police versus the fire department rag
yes.
ball. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I don't have that, but I saw it, and so it's coming up.
I think I seen Tommy Felicia. Let's see there.
But anyway, safety fairs from 10 to 2. There's games. They'll have their blow-up stuff going on. Free hot dogs. Great time for the kids. Come out, Youth Center.
Definitely. You're going to have a very good time.
And you'll see me out
events.
there. I volunteer for all the youth centers.
Yeah, and I think they're in it. I don't know if it's the same day, but they have a little competition between the police and fire for blood drive as well.
Very good.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
You might ask Tommy, if you see Tommy Felicia, how he feels about giving blood.
Is he okay with it?
Y'all have to ask him.
Oh. Well, it looks like he's letting you know quite early, September 14th at 6 p.m.
I thought that was coming up.
And when I seen him post that, I was like, oh, awesome. Maybe I can actually be here to watch it this time. I was out of town last time. And but then I'd seen September 14th. But it's always good to remind people early.
Well, I actually thought it was coming up here in the next couple of weeks, so you can tell how far away I misread that.
And that is your community news brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn. the dealership that deals. Should we take a break?
Let's take a break.
All right.
We got a guest that's chomping at the bits.
And we'll be right back.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z-Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with our sheriff of Baxter County, Sheriff John Montgomery. How are you?
Absolutely wonderful.
I know, right?
It's a beautiful morning, and we're going to get, I know, a shock, you may get some rain this afternoon.
You think so?
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause he was like, are we getting it, Dave? Are we? And it's hard to say anymore.
I didn't know we were getting any yesterday, and all of a sudden, whoo!
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Well, it only rained, I don't know what, in town, and at home it rained at just 1/10 of an inch, but it
didn't
came
do
down.
much.
It came down in a big hurry.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I got home and my yard is just like a puddle. And I said, did it rain hard out here? And she goes, you didn't get any out there? I was like, maybe a little. She's like, it was like a torrential downpour and wind. Yeah, I didn't even know. We were talking about that just a little bit ago.
Slacker.
What?
I'm just saying.
Okay. How's everybody at the sheriff's office?
We're great.
Doing real good. Last month we were talking about that you had some positions available. Is that?
We have actually filled, right now we filled all the positions except I'm still I'm in need of to hire 2 jailers and a nurse. And it's just an LPN. It's not an RN. And so we have those positions open. And if anybody's listening or knows someone, county benefits are very good, and so encourage you to get an application and join our team.
Yeah, most definitely. And like I said, a few years back there was changes made to make it more lucrative to work for. Yeah,
absolutely.
So you got good benefits and good pay, and
well, and part of this, it's it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle we put together and we talked a little bit about. So ultimately, I'm ending up with 2. More patrol deputies, but that won't happen until mid-August. But in order to get there, their replacements have to go to the academy, so I can't move them out of the jail, and so we ended up, the quorum court gave me a kind of a temporary 2 more positions in the jail between now and August, and so I need to get those positions filled. And then the nurse, we had an opening in a nurse's position, so we need to fill that. And so the nurse's position, it's a 12-hour shift, and so you get every other weekend off.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, an LPN, when you apply, what kind of certifications you got to have, but to be a jailer.
Actually, to be a jailer, and what we're looking for, certainly if someone had experience, we would take that, but lots of people don't, because we can train you. And so, it's pretty simple for a jailer. You have to be at least 18 years of age, be able to pass the drug test, and never been convicted of a felony.
Okay, so qualifications.
I'm sorry, you do have to have a high school education or GED.
Sure.
Okay, so, but it's pretty simple because we can train you. And so the great part, I think, that has worked out well, and even more so going back to the changes that we made to get the pay up, is that if you go back and look at the last several deputy positions on the road, they've all been moved from the jail over to there. So it's a great stepping stone, and we will send you when we can. So, for example, now the 2 right now, I'm sending 2 to the academy. Well, probably within a week or so. I mean, very soon. Yeah. They'll be gone 13 weeks. Those we try to get as many of our jailers fully certified, graduated from the police academy as possible, and there's several reasons for that. Number one, the more training we can give them, the better.
Definitely.
Because in the academy, of course, they're going from everything from how to handle domestics to working track accidents, etc. So it just makes overall a better jailer.
Sure.
If we can get them trained. But number 2 is if, like right now, so we got the approval to add 2 additional patrol deputies. Well, I already had 2 fully certified. Actually had more than that in the jail that wanted to apply, and so we ended up picking 2 to do that. Well, now I can just move them over there, and they're ready to go to work.
That's nice.
But the third thing, which I think is very important, if you stop and think about it, if something disastrous happened here, and it could be natural disaster, with a tornado or whatever, or if something big happened, I've got certified people that I could grab out of the jail and put them working right then.
In a deputy position.
In a deputy position to take care of that situation. So, to me, it's a win-win for everybody. And so, again, we've got a couple of positions open in the jail, and we'll at first admit it necessary if you're wanting to get on the road. Working in the jails, maybe not the most glamorous. There's a lot of the big agencies that you have to work at least 1 year in the jail before they'll let you.
Oh, wow.
And there's a reason.
So it's a great stepping stone.
It's a great stepping stone, but you learn people skills and you learn how to de-escalation. And a lot of the people, unfortunately, that you deal with in jail, you're going to deal with later. And so
it's better to have a controlled environment where you can learn how to talk with them and de-escalate, as you say, than to be thrown out into an environment where anything can happen.
Exactly. So
yeah, very good. I like that. Scooter, would you ever want to work in a jail?
It wouldn't bother him.
No,
I don't think it would.
I'm going to pass. Sorry. So, but great stepping stone. You get your foot in the door if you want a law enforcement career. At least, like we were saying, it's a controlled environment to where you can see if you want that type of position, if you want to be helping the public in that way.
Right.
And so I've been watching the show Body Cam. I guess it's been out for a long time, where they're following what's happened with police in certain situations through their body cams,
right,
and also dash cams, and then they do some reenactments. And I gotta tell you, it gives me, I already had a respect for law enforcement, but you watch shows like that. I mean, say watching cops, but this is a little bit different. You have a crew with them. This is real-time body cam footage, them talking. There's not a crew standing next to them, which I think would affect the way people are interacting with the police. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. I just, without shouting at the rooftops at some of the stuff you guys go through, and people don't understand, and they give you crap sometimes when they shouldn't. Yeah,
and of course we all see, national news, et cetera, but that's not the situation here.
Right.
And I think that's twofold. Number one, and I'm not getting political, but there's certain things we're just not going to tolerate here.
Sure.
Okay. And I'll kind of go back to 2-3 years ago. They had the Black Lives Matter protest on the courthouse. Okay. We were there to make sure they have their right. Now we ended up arresting one, but it was because it was actually not part of that movement. Again, you have a right to protest. That's what our Constitution says, and we're going to make sure but we're also not going to put up with any violence, or destruction of property. Not going to happen.
Yeah,
and we're going to shut it down immediately. Not wait 3-4 days until it's getting out of hand. It's just not going to happen. So number one, law enforcement and the leaders in law enforcement here, we all believe and feel the same way. On the flip side, this community supports us so incredibly well. We don't have those situations like you see in the big cities.
I know, right? It's 7:36. Should we go ahead and take a break?
Take the final break?
Yeah, we'll come back with more from Sheriff John Montgomery. Hi.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
For all things
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Visiting with our Sheriff John Montgomery here in Baxter County. To kind of elaborate, that was one of the things I was hoping you would talk about a little bit, is these protests that are going on at these colleges. When it comes to a protest, whether it's city, state, don't you have to line that up with the city? Let them know where and when you're going to have it?
You're supposed to get permits. I mean, most cities are going to require that you get permits. And again, some people will like what I'm about to say and some won't. But the way I feel about it, again, you have that right to protest. Mm-hmm. It is when you become violent or you cause destruction of property, that's where the line stops. And in which side you're on, we don't choose whether we like what you're protesting or not.
Yeah.
But we're there to basically guarantee your right to protest. But as far as working, personal opinion, and I think that's true of the law enforcement in this area, all the law enforcement, when you cross that line and you become violent, or if you start destroying property, that's it. We're not going to tolerate that.
Yeah.
But we are, at the same time, whether you agree, going back again to the Black Lives Matter, whether you agree with them or not, sorry, you have that right, and we're gonna make sure that you are able to exercise that right.
Yeah, and you'd see that, well, you know, while they were protesting, as long as it was peaceful, nothing happened. But it was when they started to tear stuff up. There was a college that you know, one of these pop-up protests, and I think, you know, they brought in state police because they broke into a building and took it over. Before then, the college was trying to take care of it, you know, peacefully, talking to them. They had these pop-up tents. They were in the tents. You know, it wasn't destruction. And now they're getting in front of Jewish students and keeping them from going to classes. So, you know, what can the college police do? I mean, I think limited in their ability to control a situation like that, so they call in either the city, county, or state police, right?
Well, correct. And keep in mind the college police, you know, whether you like it or not, politics are intertwined in all this stuff. And so when you look at the college, the campus police or college police, you know, they're basically going to have to follow what their bosses say.
Yeah.
You know, and so you may not like it, but if the boss tells you to stand down or sit back, that's what you're going to have to do. With the city law enforcement, you know, again, basically it's a college campus. They have their own police, so unless you're invited in, you basically are hands off. But again, the police answer to the police chief, who answers to the mayor, or who answers to the city council.
Okay.
That's the difference, actually, is the sheriff. I don't answer to those folks. I answer to the voters. And so there's no, when I say I don't have a boss, that's not true, because the voters vote me in or not, but I don't have that my hands aren't tied like that, and that's why your county sheriffs are so vitally important across this country.
Yeah, to make the decision, as quickly as possible, and not let it go 3 or 4 days getting out of hand.
But again, we would not walk in on that campus unless we were invited.
Sure. And that's what I kept seeing, is that, are they going to ask for help? And then they let it go 3 or 4 days.
But it's not politically correct, because they don't want to offend anybody. And I'm sorry, that's, you know, and that's where I'm sure we'll get in trouble. But I'm not worried about offending. I'm worried about the rule of law and keeping people safe.
Yeah.
And if it offends you, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
It's the way it is.
You can be offended.
Yep.
Yeah. I read this morning that in Charlotte, the passing of 4 officers.
Yes.
Sorry to hear that. And then at the University of North Carolina, some Marxists were protesting, and they tried to tear down the flag at that college and put up a Palestinian flag. And the brothers at a fraternity protected it, surrounded it, kept it from happening. I think there was about 30 of them against a couple hundred protesters. And at one point, they're getting bottles and rocks and water and just about everything thrown at them, but they stood their ground. They stood up for our flag. And I only bring this up because I appreciated that. I shared it on my social media, and that's what more of us need to do, is to stand up against this. And that's my opinion on it.
And again, do it in a respectful
they didn't attack them.
Correct.
They were getting attacked, and they just stood their ground. They did not leave.
Correct.
You know, and protected it. They didn't run out into the crowd. But their opinion was that if they would have came at them, they would have.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate that, and I want to thank them for that. And I hope more people start doing that, because this is getting out of hand. Anyways, let's body cams. Do you guys have?
We do not have body cams, and of course there's been some criticism, and I will tell you, would I love to have body cams? The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
But here's part of the issue, and I think the technology is almost there. So having watched not only nationally, and you look at the body cams, part of the problem is, and there was a particular situation in central Arkansas where an officer shot and killed someone, okay? And the body cam was not on. Well, immediately, because you had a body cam and it wasn't on.
Yeah.
What's the first why? Okay, and so now, do I know exactly why? The answer is I don't know. But part of the problem is, did you forget to turn it on? Is the batteries dead in it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's lots of reasons which could have been now, or it could have been intentionally. I mean, there's at this point I don't know.
In which case, if there's an officer involved shooting, they become a suspect and an active investigation starts immediately.
Correct. And so, but in this particular case, it sounds like at least the shooting was justified.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the officer is totally under attack because that body cam wasn't on. So I tell that preference is that, number one, a lot of times you only get one view. And you've watched enough shows that you see that sometimes you hear, oh my God, here's what happened, but then all of a sudden here's another camera view and you go, oh, wait a minute, that's not exactly right. The technology, I think, is very close, but there's a couple things for us that's important. We work 12-hour shifts, and we work all over the county.
Yeah.
All right? So most of those batteries don't last 12 hours.
No, you can't keep it on the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you get a major incident, it's going to run for long periods of time and eat up the battery life. So, and I'm monitoring it constantly, but being able to have interchangeable batteries. Mm-hmm. Now that sounds simple, doesn't it? But the technology's not. It's close. It's there. Turning that body cam on itself automatically, sudden movements, some loud noise, gunshots. If the blue lights are activated, is there technology that would automatically turn that body cam on? It's very, very close to happening.
Is it? Okay.
So my question is, do I buy, in my opinion, a body cam that I'm not comfortable feeling like it's going to do the job in all cases? And put my officers, potentially at risk from scrutiny because of those things, or do we hold off just a little bit? Because again, I think we're very close to that technology being there, and then put the absolute best body cam on them.
Yeah.
Now, not knocking those that are out there, and I've had lots of people say, "Well, it's an expensive proposition," but I would love to have them, but we want the right ones. Not just to throw a body cam on for the sake of saying we have a body cam.
Sure.
And then there's one more thing about that legislation has tried and not been very successful because, again, while I believe very strongly in transparency, here it is. We're not trying to hide anything, but when you have the body cam footage, okay. And now all of a sudden, whether it's the private citizen or a defense attorney or whoever wants copies of that body footage, that's fine, sounds great, but there's certain things that have to be redacted, and if there's juveniles in the picture, and so then you have to store that data. And I know one of the local agencies pays a large sum of money every month just to store the data.
Sure.
Okay. We're not even talking about the cams themselves. We're talking about the data. And so then now when you go to turn that data over for whatever reason, someone has to go in and check it and monitor and see what can be turned over or not. Well, then you get into the scrutiny of, well, did you redact that and you shouldn't have? And so it's not just, oh, let's just put a body cam on and we're done. So legislative, and there are places, and we're fortunate not here, when you look at how many hours it takes to do that, it's not even necessarily the large agencies, but the middle-sized agencies have to have one or two people full-time that does nothing but that.
Yeah.
So now you've got to go hire folks to take care of that.
Yeah.
And then if you get someone that wants to harass law enforcement and constantly going in and asking for this for no apparent reason, because again, it's if the case is closed, it's open for whoever to get public information. You now have and there's people, there's especially in Central Arkansas that's all they do for the purpose of harassing law enforcement. They just keep asking for this stuff, knowing that it's tying up the resources.
Yeah.
So it's a complicated issue.
A lot more complicated. I'm glad I asked.
But again, back to the original, we would love to get there, and I think we're close to getting there. And then once that happens, we'll have to figure out how to pay for it.
Right. Very good. Very good. Well, the past few weeks, let's see, you had a recent drug take back last Saturday. How'd that go?
Went very well. I can't remember, because we have a permanent drop box where people drop off, and so we hold these take backs every 6 months. And interesting, it's a national take back where they do it all over the country. We actually were doing it before they did it nationally, but I know we had a little over 900 pounds. Now that's not just from that Saturday event, but that's from the box in there. We took a little over 900 pounds that we delivered to the DEA.
That's awesome. And so when you have these drug take backs, and it's anonymous, and you can just pull up, hand it out, drive off. And excuse me. Or even on the permanent drop box, you can just drive up. It's located on 8th Street between the sheriff's office and the fire department. Yeah. And there's signs there, and so you can just drive up and just drop it in a box. Yeah. So if somebody was to find illegal drugs in their house and they're like, I got to get rid of this, you can just take it and drop it off. You're not going to be looked at for any other.
And we don't see that often, but we do occasionally.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And that's fine. We're getting it off the street.
Yeah. That's all that matters. And let's see, you had a recent donation of body armor vests.
Yes. Actually, we've had 2. In fact, we did a press release on the one and getting ready to do maybe first of the week, but we'll do a second one. So Tink Albright serves on the Quorum Court. She has made donations in the past, and basically has asked, I want to keep my name out of it, I want to be anonymous, and she's helped us numerous times. But I always ask. And so this time she first said no, and then she said, maybe it might inspire somebody else to help. So she agreed to let us use her name. But the bulletproof vests are, roughly $1,000 a piece. Okay, and so she made a $5,000 donation to buy 5 vests.
Excellent.
And we're very excited. And so the bulletproof vest, and it's kind of like I use this as it's kind of like the expiration date on a can of peaches.
Yeah. Never.
Does that mean? Does that mean that the day after the expiration date, the peaches aren't any good?
Not necessarily, no.
No, and probably not, right? Yeah. Well, Body Armor has, they recommend replacing it every 5 years.
Okay.
Does that mean that 5 years in one day, it's no good? Well,
I wouldn't think so.
Probably, the biggest thing is moisture. So if moisture hadn't gotten in there, it is highly likely, that it's going to be fine. But at the same time, we want to get them replaced. But that's an expensive proposition when you start looking.
$1,000 a vest.
You bet.
Oh yeah.
So that's why this donation was so huge, and so she donated to the Sheriff's Foundation, and the Sheriff's Foundation, of course, then buys the vests and donates them. The second one came from North Arkansas Electric, or NEX, their internet service, and so they. Mel Coleman with North Arkansas Electric. We actually had a conversation, and through a series of that meeting and a few text messages back and forth, Next ended up donating $2,000 to 4 sheriffs. Now, we have a foundation, so they, of course, donated to our foundation. Sharp County has a foundation, so they donated there. And then the other one was Izzard and Fulton, and they donated $2,000 to each one of us to buy tactical gear, vest, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
good.
Big deal.
Very good. Do you know what you use yours for? Tasers or?
No, we probably, theoretically, the board, our foundation board, will be meeting in a couple of weeks. They'll have to officially vote. Now, in the case of Tink, she specifically said the vest, so that's where they'll go. Looking at it, we actually still may be a couple short, so we may go ahead and we just got 9 not very long within the last month or so, but we still, again, when you replace them every 5 years, it's just pretty much a constant replacement. So
okay, very good. Now, you had a student government of the day. You had a young lady there visiting with you. That looks like it was fun.
It was a fun day, and it's interesting. I had to get permission to do this. So, typically they come in and of course, we show them off about the sheriff's office and the jail and take them over to see the detectives and, all of that stuff. They get to go to the pistol range and actually qualify with a pistol. They get to shoot a target. They get a helicopter ride. And so
that's the best part.
And so, but in this case, that was the day that North Arkansas Electric was going to give us the donation.
Yeah.
So the school and her parents said, yes, that's fine. And so one of the deputies and myself took her to Salem to get the check. And we got a free lunch out of the deal, too.
Nice.
Thank you. Mel Coleman arranged, one of his staff arranged, and we had actually Little Bees down here catered that.
Excellent.
And so we got a free lunch, and so she got to experience, and that was part of the deal. You're getting to see what every day happens. It's not just all, glamour. The one thing she did say, which I thought was very fun. So she was giving the next day. The Qantas has been doing this for years, and it's a great program, and they learn so much about elections and how to do, but then they get to shadow the different elected officials. So she was giving her speech to the group the next day, and so she said, well, it's not all fun and games because we had to pay bills.
That's awesome. So she got to see every aspect of it.
So, but no, she sat there and we showed her, how to, authorize bills to be paid, and
that's awesome.
And all the whole works.
Yeah, very good. So I'm glad you have that program. That's cool.
Well, the Qantas does it, for all of them, but we have been participating for many, many years, and I think it's interesting. As life goes on, and these kids grow up, and it's hard to imagine, but I've been doing this now for like 19 and a half years,
right.
And so as sheriff, and so these kids, plus 19 years to what age they were when they're here. They're grown adults, and so I still run into them, and they all come up and say, "Hey, I was, and so
I remember watching you pay the bills."
Yep, exactly. So it's a pretty cool program.
Yeah, definitely. Very good.
That's cool.
That is cool. Well, you got school will be letting out, May 22nd. Summertime, kids are going to be out on the water. And do you see increased activity during the summertime, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it like crazy different?
Well, it depends. And I always say if the lake level's perfect,
yeah.
And it's a holiday weekend, it falls on a weekend, and the weather's great, then it's going to be. It's busy, but. We just typically don't have, while we're busy, and we do, certainly activity upticks. One of the things that I think that helps this area, the Corps of Engineers actually hires our deputies. We call it park patrol, but they hire our deputies off duty, and they pay them at a time and a half.
That's excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
To go patrol their parks. Well, and I think you'll ask them, this is the premier program in the U.S. We just don't have any issues here because, again, staying on top of it. We patrol the parks. Our deputies, they're already here. They're familiar with the area.
Yeah.
They're friendly to the folks that come in. But when something does happen, they're right on top of it, and they get it taken care of and get it taken care of quickly. So we don't have that. So, and in an all-out emergency, even though they're being hired to patrol the parks, there are an exception if something major happened. They can be pulled off and to take care of that, as long as all the documentation's there. So It's a great program, and so again, we just rarely have any instance of any substance here, and we want to keep it that way.
I know, right? This is a great place to come and take a vacation.
Heck yeah.
Camp, go to the resorts. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We got maybe 45 seconds left. Any final thoughts?
Well, just a big thank you to the public. I'm telling you, the support we get from the community is just incredible, and can't thank everyone enough for what you do for us.
Very good. We thank you for joining us this morning. Scooter, you got a final thought? You got about 20 seconds.
No. How's that?
That's very good.
You wanted an honest answer. No.
All right.
We're good.
Are we going to get rain? You kept asking me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get rain. We'll see rain later on in the day.
We got rain coming today.
Very good. Well, y'all have a great day out there. Summer, I think, is finally here. We might see some lower, 60s during the week, but I think 60s and 80s throughout.
Oh, Carter Trout Festival Saturday.
Yes.
I don't know if you said that or not.
I did.
Oh.
It's very good. 22nd
But
annual.
it's good to remind it.
It is. And go by the youth
The
center.
youth center.
That's
yes,
right.
the safety fair.
Very good. You all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with Bob Reckenwald and This Week in Sports, and Bob Zadora, This Week in Real Estate.
You got it.
Very good.
See you tomorrow.